Welcome back to the Comic Book ASM Artist. Today we're going to be doing another comic book haul, and I want to remind everyone real quick, we're vastly approaching 2,000 subscribers. We're going to be giving away the signed XMen Legends number 3 by Walt Simonson and Louise Simonson. It's a nice little certificate of authenticity on there, as well as ENIAC number 1 first printing. Once we hit 2,000, we're going to do a live stream drawing for it, and make sure you hit the bell, all that good stuff, so you're notified when we do the drawing for it. Okay. So this is kind of like more or less a month's worth of books here, because I was sick before my previous haul. And so you're going to see a few things from a couple weeks ago too. So first off, I want to start off with Robin and Batman number 3 by Dustin Nguyen and Jeff Lemire. And I did already read this one, so this was probably the thing I was looking forward to the most. So that's why it's at the top of my stack here. And yeah, it delivered. You know, this was only a little 3-part story here. I absolutely love Dustin's artwork. I always love when we have a true talent, you know, doing the pages here and stuff. So just good stuff all around. You know, this circled back to the plot point of Killer Croc figuring out who Robin was, so he comes to his school and threatens everyone there. And you know, he Dick Grayson is, you know, is having to secretly fight him in trying to keep everything under control. And yeah, so it was just a really interesting confrontation. And then, of course, things move off site, and then there's a bit more excitement, obviously. So just really well done. So I recommend this. If you haven't picked it up, pick it up. I'm sure it'll be like a trade soon, in a couple months maybe. But yeah, really great little story here. Next up we have Batman 119. This starts, well, this is technically issue number 2 for the brand new story arc here. I'm really liking the art here. I think this is done by Jesus. No, it's Jorge Molina. So I always mix them up. But yeah, now this is some solid artwork in here, and this is Batman taking on the threat of Lex Luthor here. If I remember, Lex has somehow, I think he bought access to Batman Inc. since Bruce's money has been ruined because of the whole Joker War thing. So if I remember, Lex has control of Batman Inc. and Bruce is more or less trying to resist whatever control that Lex is trying to place, or something to that extent. I think I've just read this one here, and I don't think I've even finished this story. Maybe work's been crazy and stuff, and I've just been honestly trying to personally rest myself, not even like looking at my stack. So most of those 2 things were the only thing I've read out of all of this so far. So next we have Batman 120. I believe this came out this week. And yeah, this continues on the same arc here. So yeah, I remember I did get to the end because Batman has this, I think it's a gunshot wound to the stomach here. Maybe he got cut, I can't remember. But yeah, there's a new villain too. I'm trying to remember the name of the villain. But he was thought to have been dealt with, and then he wasn't. Oh yeah, also too, Batman is now blind at this point. That's why he's got his eyes blacked out there. He was blinded at the end of the previous issue. So now he's kind of like a real bat. So yeah, Lex is doing some weird stuff. He's got the Batman emblem there. So not sure where this is going to go, but it is interesting. and it is certainly quite the departure from the previous run. So next we have Detective Comics 1046, a nice Liber Mayo cover, and got a whole stack of them here. So I guess I'll show off the one and then just kind of show the covers for the other, because it's the same stuff throughout those. I think it's all the same artist, but who really knows? At this point, they don't really do a whole lot of story arc runs. It's very rare these days. So I do know this, they're doing some sort of Batman event that's literally every week they're releasing a Detective Comics book, so that's why I have a big old stack of them here. So I can't remember the premise. Maybe I'll look towards the end and see. So yeah, it's called Shadows of the Bat is the name of the event. It's a 12-part event here. And I don't really know anything about it other than it's a 12-week thing. So, they say Dr. Aware in the Arkham Tower, so I'm assuming he is the main villain for this, so that's another new villain, I believe. And then Arkham Tower, so that's kind of a new thing, I would assume. A new structuring after all the stuff from the previous attack with I'm trying to remember the name of that DC event where, like, the Arkham was gassed and a bunch of the people died and stuff. So yeah, here's another Bermejo cover here. This is 1047. This is 1048. Reminds me of the Burton Batman movie with all the TV monitors there. And we have 1049, and look at this poignant cover. He's protecting this child. That's really nice. Some hoods here around him. So that's a really cool cover. We have 1050, and this harkens back to, I think it was, which one? 1029, if I remember, was when they did the other one with the big cover here, and they had like some like throwback images as well and stuff. So we see a cool Batman Through the Ages cover there. And then we have Detective 1051 with old Joker as the focal point. We see a few more baddies here too. We see Harley and then the Penguin there. Looks like some sort of prison riot. And that's probably like fear toxin, although it's usually green and not pink, so maybe that was just an artistic choice there. Next we have Batman Urban Legends number 11. I'm trying to remember, I think it's just Bat Hound, if I remember. So here's all of our talent here. Seeing if there's anyone I know that really pops out. Oh, really, I see Vita Ayala. But other than that, no familiar names. So Urban Legends really feels to me, it's just kind of like some shopped around side stories. I mean, it started on a really promising note. With the initial, that Chip Zdarsky storyline, and, then they had the outing of Tim Drake and stuff like that, but really hasn't seemed like there's been much in the way of significance recently. So hopefully they draw another big name or something into this title where it feels like more than just a throwaway, because unfortunately at this point that's what it feels like to me. It's just kind of where inconsequential things happen. A collection of short stories, like a mini anthology, which is fine, but when you're investing money and all that sort of stuff, and then this is a more expensive book too, so That's just stuff like that that you think about whenever you're trying to buy books. So I think this one is, I think that might be Jim Gordon Jr. there. I'm not sure. And then there's the story with Bad Allen there. Taking a nice bite out of him. And I think they're continuing. I thought I saw upcoming cover with them on it too. And then there's the back there. Alright, let's see. We've got the Joker, number 11. And this is a nice companion piece cover. I think they did some in the past. They did one with Punchline and one with Harley previously. So this is like a nice response to those two covers. So yeah, they had like the annual and stuff. I'm trying to remember what's happened recently. It's just really kind of an off-the-rails sort of book. It's more or less the adventures of Jim Gordon trying his hardest to stay alive through this manhunt. Last thing I really recall is Bane's daughter saying, "Hey, I will take care of the technical killing of the Joker. You've just got to point me in the right direction." So, and I'm kind of curious when it'll wrap soon. You know, we're almost on 12 issues here. And then I'm looking in the back. They've been doing Punchline stories in the back, which is just kind of meh. She's in prison here, and so it's kind of like internal politics in the she's not even at Arkham, I don't think. I think she's at Blackgate maybe. But yeah, so it's I want to say Harper Row infiltrated the prison system there, and she's trying to find things out. But yeah, it's not too terribly interesting, unfortunately. Especially, like, this is the Joker's book. Like, you can't just have your own random Punchline book somewhere. I get just kind of them, you know, sales are rough, so they're kind of inserting things into other things. So that's what it feels like. I think it would have been a standalone Punchline series, but they didn't want to take that gamble. So next we have X-Men Legends number 10. And so this whole story is drawn by Dan Jurgens. He did the cover here, and Fabian Nicieza, known for co-creating Deadpool, is doing the writing. And so yeah, this is interesting because, as I said in a previous video, Dan hasn't done a whole lot of stuff for Marvel. I know he did the Captain America run, which I really enjoyed way back in the early 2000s. But aside from that, I haven't personally seen him do a lot of stuff. You know, he is responsible for, like, my favorite run on Superman being a part of that. So yeah, I really love Dan's artwork and stuff. So this looks like it's just kind of a spotlight on Mr. Sinister and just kind of some odd things here. Look at that image. So it'll be interesting to see what occurs with all that. And then we have X-Men Legends number 11. And so yeah, this goes back into the Simonsons doing this one, it looks like, with the Horsemen of the Apocalypse here. So this is more in line with X Factor. Great Apocalypse there. There's your cast of characters. So, oh, it looks like it's spotlighting the New Mutants in this one. So that's interesting. Yeah, the previous ones were X Factor, like I said, so. But yeah, I've really been enjoying these X-Men Legends books. My only gripe, I just wish they would just really embrace, like, with the old coloring and everything, so that way it just feels even more transported back to that time period, you know. but it is nice to see all this classic talent working on these books again. So next, this is a Kickstarter I backed a while ago. Actually, no, I think this one was on Indiegogo when I got it. So this is Sean Gordon Murphy's independent work here. It's called The Plot Holes, and it's got like a matte on spot gloss sort of thing going on. The only gripe, the packaging, this was literally in a huge box with a piece of paper just kind of crunkled on it. So all the edges kind of are like rubbed down a little bit, and a lot of people kind of had that issue. And it's got a signature in there. And this was dedicated to his grandma, I believe, and then she passed away before it came out, which at the time he was hoping she was going to be alive to see all this. She was really supportive of him pursuing art and stuff like that. So from what I know, it's just basically like this, the main character here is just kind of traveling through different genres of comics and stuff. So we see like all sorts of different things here. We've got kind of like a Calvin and Hobbes character, and kind of like fantasy characters. There's like a robot mech sort of thing, I think. So there's him going through all these different like comic book genres and stuff. So I just love Sean Gordon's art, so of course I had to pick it up here and support him. So, and it's got a signature, and I think it was just a $30 book at the end of the day. And then I do have a nice little mention in here as well. It's all alphabetical, so let me find myself real quick. Right there I am. So nice fun little thing. There's some of the concept work in the back. So here's like some of those characters I was talking about. So I'm not sure if eventually they'll offer this to the general public. They might, but if they do, that's what Plot Holes is. It's a Sean Gordon Murphy book. Next we have Action Comics number 1038. This is like the Gladiator Superman here. He has been captured on, I'm trying to remember the name of, I think it's, what is it? War World. It's so hard for me to say. So he's been a captive on War World, at the mercy of Mongrel, and he's got to do a gladiatorial fight here. So just really, I really enjoy this story. This ranks up there with me, like as far as interest and the art style and everything. Like I feel this is a really solid run so far. So very compelling. Just really stripping down the elements. I believe he's been depowered or is losing his powers slowly. So you just really care about him in this, and you just really feel the tension in the story. So this is really great stuff if you want to get on board for a good recent Superman run. Check out Action Comics right now. And then we segue right into Action Comics number 1039. Just kind of continuing on. It looks like they switch artists here. This is the guy who normally does cover work. Yeah, here we go. Riccardo Federici. He did one of the Fear State books. I believe two of them actually. Fear State Omega and Alpha, I believe. He really does more pencil work, so they've got kind of like a hybrid thing where they put his pencils down and digitally colored over the top of it. He normally does, you know, the painted covers and stuff like that. But yeah, no, this is cool. Once again, seeing some really quality artwork. Superman continuing to fight for his life, to rescue these other people who've been enslaved here. And it's just so good. Highly recommend Action Comics right now. Next we have Superman 78, number 6. So this is the conclusion to the storyline here. This is what if they made another Superman movie. So this is in the vein of Christopher Reeve's Superman, and he's taken on Brainiac. So really fun story. It's nice to see this iteration of the character again, and it's just fun. More than anything else, it's just fun. So, once again, I'm sure, this will be a trade soon. So, if you missed the story because it's issue 6, trade's coming soon. Next off, I want to show a few collectibles I got here. Not comic related, but here is a John Lennon Funko store exclusive I got. I like the feature here. He's got a little pin on that says "Listen to the Beatles," and the pop itself has it in there. You can't really see it because of the lighting, but I did check. It is on the pop as well, so really nice. They do have other John Lennons that are coming out. They've got one in like the army jacket, and then the New York City ones. I've seen. I don't know if there's another one too, but those are the ones I know of. But I like this one the most out of all of them, so it's just kind of really classy, sort of British style. So really cool. And then I got a couple Funko sodas. So I got the Casey Jones Common, which, that goes with my Turtles line. I'm not collecting mini soda lines, but I will certainly keep buying the Turtles ones. So next I got the Heat Miser, which, unfortunately didn't get this in time for Christmas for last year, but we got Christmas coming this year in, 10 months or whatever. But yeah, really cool. I like the detail of the transparency on the flaming hair. Still looking for, I'm blanking on him now. I think he's just Ice Miser, maybe. And then the Rudolph ones, but yeah, these are fun. And then this is something I pre-ordered a while back ago. Finally came in. So this is the Rocketeer Q-Fig. I love when you open it, it says boxes are meant to be open. And yeah, that's got a little thing here where you peel that back and you can just pull your figure out. And there's the figure right there. So it's more than just him. He's got the flag here. We've got the explosion around him. So really, really cool. And then I did check, there is even the detail too of the gum on his jetpack there, right there. So really nice. They got all the details right. So great little toy. I will happily display him with my others. And then I wanted to say too, hey, they actually put Funko stuff in like a nice reusable bag now. So that's really cool. I might do a video with like some more bag sounds. I did like plastic bag sounds, but I've got this and a few other different types of bags that I might do a video with in the future. We'll just kind of see what happens with the direction of the channel here. I want to do more stuff, but it's really hard to commit because of scheduling, but something I certainly look forward to. Alright, so now we've got round 2 here. We have Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 6. And this naturally is just kind of continuing Jonathan's growth as a person and just kind of his internal challenges and stuff. So it's interesting to see, We all know, like, Clark was certainly the best parent he could be, and Lois as well, too. Like, they're great people. So it's fun to see the type of kid they raised and the type of values that are being instilled with him and the challenges he's arising to as his own hero, while his dad currently is off-world doing all that crazy stuff on War World. So there's that one. And then there's number 7, where he meets up with Aqualad here, I believe, is his name. So, yeah, looks like this starts a new storyline here. So, not really sure what to expect from it. I'll jump ahead a little bit. Okay. Oh, it looks like, look at this creature here. That's cool. Looks like a giant crab, maybe. Or like a crab hybrid. So, it looks like this is where he's meeting Aqualad. So maybe some sea adventures for this one. Next we have, this is the Superman and Robin special #1 with this really nice Jorge Jimenez cover here. I look forward to reading this one, because if you love Super Sons, of course, you naturally have to pick this up. So even Tomasi is doing the writing on there. So, and then we've got Victor Bogdanovic on the art, which he's pretty good. So, certainly look forward to seeing what happens in this. I'm not sure if you can insert this in any particular current ongoing continuity, as Robin is still technically on Lazarus Island, so I'm sure it takes place after that. Next we have the puzzle box #6. Really creepy cover here. So yeah, this continues the murder mystery of the Riddler, where all the villains are throwing all of the villains under the bus, and we get all sorts of fun, conflicting, ridiculous narrations from the criminals putting words in Batman's mouth and stuff. So nice clay face here, very much reminiscent of the animated series. You guys know I'm a huge Batman animated nut. So yeah, clay face looks great here. So, and then we have, this is #7 for puzzle box. I think this might be the last one, I'm not sure. And I think the art's been switching every time. Even the writer is different. I think Chip was doing the others, maybe. I could be wrong, though. I know he did this cover in particular. He's been doing, like, the designery type of covers. So this just kind of looks like currently they're just kind of dealing with everything. Maybe debriefing about, you know, whatever they found out or haven't found out. Pop ahead here. Okay. Next we have Nightwing #89, which we see old Babs and Dick Grayson are together again. That's good. Yeah, Nightwing's been a solid book right now. Lots of just nods to past readers and stuff, and that's kind of like a greatest hits blended with lots of new elements, but you know, lots of old characters people like coming in here and doing good stuff. So next we have Robin #10. So this is the big crazy Leviathan demon here, or Lazarus demon. Oh yeah, so if I remember here, Damien suddenly got transported back to an earlier time period when Ra's al Ghul was younger. So that is what he's dealing with here. Maybe finding out how to defeat this monster in particular. I know basically as it's continuing to basically, I'm gonna say basically for a third time now, it's its skin slowly becomes more and more not touchable, untouchable. It has like this coating coming over anything you touch that's the green, if I remember, is like acid more or less. So they're having difficulty trying to take it down. And they were trying to do it individually, but then they're focusing as a team to kill it, and then he was just suddenly like blasted into this weird past sort of thing. Next we have Ninja Turtles number 125, and we've got some frogs coming into the IDW. So yeah, I don't remember all the frog characters. I remember there was like a Napoleon and stuff, and they've shown Kangas Frog or Khan or whatever the heck in the past, like his hookah and all that sort of stuff. So, but we're gonna see some more of the frog characters, and then this is stepping back. We're seeing developments here with the Triceratons and the Utroms, the Krang, and all this sort of stuff. So this is really switching gears. Previously, they've been very focused on, the mutant city, and now we get to see some developments off-world. So hopefully it'll get more interesting. It's just kind of been like a slice of life book recently, which doesn't make for very good drama at times. It's nice to like relate to the characters, but when it drags on for too long, then it's just kind of a chore to read. So looks like we're gonna get back into some interesting stuff here, so fingers crossed for that. Next we have King Spawn number 6, which honestly I didn't even think they were up to number 6 yet, so it's kind of crazy. I could have sworn like the first one came out in October, but I guess that was Gunslinger. And I would say out of all of the newer Spawn titles, King Spawn is probably the most important one, just kind of development wise, but I don't know, based upon seeing one of these. There's Kincaid there, so maybe he's not dead. But we'll see as we're going through here. This is kind of the Spawn section of the video. So this was the new series released here, The Scorched number 1. So, and She-Spawn is one of the biggest pulls here. Then this is the Silvestri cover, so kind of fun there. So this deals with a lot more of the other characters they haven't really focused on too much. So although Gunslinger's here too, I think Todd has really latched on to the fact that the fans have really responded to Gunslinger. So he's using him like crazy now. So he's just fun to look at, that huge hat and everything, and the old Wild West guns and stuff. And the character's fun, trying to put him in a modern situation, but he's used to like traditional ways and stuff. So yeah, I think it's the same artist all the way through on this one. But yeah, no, the this is regular Spawn here. The next one is the one I was talking about with the huge development on the cover here. So yeah, we see Haunt has come back, so that's really cool. He's kind of a fan favorite character. I know visually, the look of the character and everything. I don't know a ton about the actual character though, but I'd love to go back and read his stuff. I don't think there's too much of it, but yeah, he's a cool character to look at. If I remember, I don't want to give the wrong information here, so maybe I won't say anything about Haunt. But yeah, he's just kind of like a more obscure fan favorite character, so nice to see him back in the fray. So yeah, know this cover here, Gunslinger number 4. We see the Violator on here, which, if I remember, Violator was previously decapitated. You know, the clown decapitated way back in Spawn 300. And so now he's reared his ugly head again and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. We see a whole bunch of little clowns here as well. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what is happening in this. And of course, you know, using traditional arch enemy, bringing him back is always cool. So long as there's always Spawn, there will always be Clown / Violator. So it was only a matter of time. That's just kind of how comics are, you know. That'd be like them straight up killing the Joker and never bringing him back. You know, they can't do that. Like this is a draw for the book, is seeing the Clown. So. Alright, next we have Amazing Spider-Man number 85 with Doc Ock back in the fray of things. If I remember, Pete has finally kind of regained consciousness, but he's still not 100%. So, the Spider-Man clone, Ben Reilly, is still doing his thing, trying to respond as best as he can to Spider-Man's threats. And he's not doing too well. So, and then we see random side characters here. Misty Knight. I'm trying to remember who that character is there. But yeah, I just want Peter back, you know. And they're gonna relaunch Spider-Man here soon. This one's a cool cover here, number 86. All the spiders coming down. Arthur Adams just continually pushes himself with these covers. I'm really appreciative of the effort he puts in, the care behind what he does. He's just a phenomenal talent, so I have been really enjoying the work that he's done. So. And naturally, we'll plug his Instagram. Look him up on Instagram. You will see his full process for these covers, and it's just really a sight to behold if you're a junkie with seeing the full process, the roughs, the inks, all the work. Just really makes you appreciate the covers all the more. Next, we have Odens Eye, number 5 from Bad Idea. Nice cover presentation, of course. And this is the last technical series from Bad Idea. I'm sure they're going to have their random prize trade in your pins things. I know there's Retirement Plan as well as Werewolf. Those were one-shots that you had to send in 2 pins plus $10 to get one of them, and I only have the 1 pin, so I was like, man. So hopefully I'll find a copy of Werewolf and Retirement Plan online at some point, but I can imagine they won't be cheap. But I am trying to complete the Bad Idea collection as best as I can, so we'll see how that goes, especially with the weird Invisible comic they put out where they slabbed a piece of plastic with staples in it as the Invisible comic. Next we have Fantastic Four, number 6. And I believe this is the climax here, 2010s. And we see, of course, Doctor Doom. This is kind of like their last hurrah here. We see, oh, I think that's Reed in the wheelchair, if I remember correctly. And then Johnny died. Even Torch died, I'm pretty sure. So we have his son, and we have the Thing, and we have Miss Fantastic left, I believe. And then we see old Steve here. Yeah, it's been a good story. I would still say the Spider-Man one is the better one, notwithstanding the last issue or so. All the previous ones in there are really good though. But next we have Noc Terra number 7. There was a break, and so now the series is back. Nice Fabok cover here. And so if I remember previously, these guys were more or less led to the slaughter. There was kind of like a rescue mission type of, like a place for everyone to stay, to get away from the darkness. And then basically the guy who runs the darkness sold everyone out to, I think his name is Blacktop Bill, if I remember. He's just like pitch black and you can just see his teeth. And so this is continuing on with them responding to those developments. If I remember, it has been a while. So, and then I think recently this comic got optioned for a series, so we'll see what happens with that. Next we have crossover number 11, and yeah, this has been a fun one. Recent development is we saw Donny Cates himself in the book here, and they more or less said, hey, Donny is writing this thing, and he is writing where these other creators are getting killed, like Chip Zdarsky, I believe Scott Snyder has been too, Bendis, that sort of thing. So, interesting stuff. Very, very meta, and it's fun. I'm glad they cleaned him up here. The previous one, he had like long hair and a huge beard, so at least here he actually looks like himself. But that was like the big reveal of the previous issue, was seeing this crazed version of Donnie. Next we have Alien number 9, which feels like it's been a while since I've picked up one of these too, but yeah, this continues to be a solid book for sure. Very detailed artwork. Just so worried about the day that the quality will just unexplainably drop off. But until that comes, we have a really nice book, a really nice series here. So if you like, the visual look of Alien, I'm sure you'll enjoy this book. Next we have Captain America Iron Man number 3, which I have no clue what's going on with this book. And it's not very good, unfortunately. Art's okay, but I really don't know what's happening story-wise. Don't really understand. So it's kind of a bummer. Because, yeah, the art's pretty good, but I have no idea what's going on in this book. And this is just kind of a holding between whenever they relaunch a new Captain America series. Which, as I've said previously, I haven't read a good Captain America story arc in a long time, so I've just kind of grown really numb to the current treatment of the character, so, which really stinks when you have a favorite character and they're not utilizing him. Oh, next, this was a fun freebie. This is a Marvel calendar. So yeah, it's just got various covers and stuff, and obviously your months. So it's just kind of fun. And then there's some ads for current things coming out. And then I went to my local Half Price Books with my son. It was we celebrated his birthday the previous weekend. So went there and I found this book here. This is Spider-Man number 42. I'd never had this one. I always had 41. I really remember just enjoying the art style. I didn't realize this was Jay Lee though at the time. This was early Jay Lee stuff. His style has changed quite a bit. Still a lot of emphasis on like positive and negative space and stuff, but yeah, he makes people look quite a bit different now. His style has improved. But I just remember really enjoying like kind of like the ink splatter on here, just kind of how everything was very, over the top and stylized, very big action. So it's nice to have this. Hopefully I will end up getting the other parts, and I guess there's a third part too. So I've only seen the part one when I was a kid, though. I think I got it when I was Christmas shopping, and it was actually a discounted book at the time then too. So yeah. And then I found a trade for one of my favorite recent arcs here. This is the Tomasi and Gleason run of Batman and Robin Volume 1. I have Volume 2, and then I started to pick up Batman, all of the Bat books with the Death of the Family storyline. So that issue where they show like the Joker playing with his mask upside down with Damian kidnapped was my first exposure to Tomasi and Gleason's work. So at that point I was like, holy cow, I've got to find more of their stuff. So that was my introduction to the characters, to the artists, or rather. So, but really good stuff. I really love Gleason's style, and yeah, I highly recommend these trades here and all their stuff, their Super Sun stuff. It's just really good. Lots of heart and humanity. They're both parents, so a lot of that comes through in their writing, and there's lots of just little gross out elements and stuff too. So, and then finally I got a poster that I've always wanted but I never had. I'm not going to be able to show the whole thing off on camera though, but it is the Reign of the Superman poster here. I've got like the die cut books, and these were secondary ones. I want to cut all of the inside cover images off, put those on the wall, as well as the center posters, and then that big poster I just got just to kind of have like a Reign of the Superman wall, because that story was just so influential to me. One of just my most memorable and favorite things. I was a younger kid at the time. I was, I think, 8 or something like that. Just really incredible. Just a great story, especially experiencing that as a kid and just kind of getting swept up and everything with it. So glad I have that. So, but that's everything I got. So yeah, let me know down below what you want to see. Plenty more videos on the way. We're really close to 2,000 subscribers. Hit that bell for when we do that live stream to give away those 2 great books. And yeah, we'll do more stuff too. We got to continue to grow the channel though. So you all have a super slumber. Thanks. Bye.